Do you want to save yourself some money? Do you want to save yourself some headaches? Do you want to potentially save your life or the life of those you love? Well, in this video, I'm going to talk about some things to watch out for, whether you're building a van, ambulance, a bus, a tiny home, a trailer, even an expedition vehicle, or if you're having somebody else build one, or even if you just bought one. So, first of all, let's get started. If you are looking at getting into any type of, well, I'm going to call them RVs, and I know people in the van world don't like them being called RVs, but if you're looking at building anything or having it built for you or buying it before, well before, even though you've watched the videos, even though you've read blog posts, even though you've seen Instagram, try it for yourself. Please, please see how it works for you. My van. I love my van. I know that for many people, my van would not be suitable. My van's a medium roof. It works perfect for me. If you're taller, it won't work. So don't look at somebody that's telling you to crawl around on your knees all day in a low roof van and say, that's what I want. And then you get in the van and realize you have sore knees and you can't do that all day long. Don't buy a vehicle that the bed is too high for you to get into, or don't buy a vehicle that the bed is too short, or don't build, or don't. It's not worth it. Try it out. So how do you try it out? The first way, the best way, if you can do it, is rent, borrow, whatever you can, the type of vehicle you're looking for, and try it out. I know many van companies will rent you vans. They may not be exactly what you want, but you can rent them and try it. Some RV companies rent vans. They rent trailers. They rent other vehicles that you can try out. So try them out ahead of time. If you can't, go to somebody with one similar and see if you can just move around inside of it by yourself. Don't have them in there with you because that's a whole different thing. Just go out there and try it and see. If you can't do that, my other big thing I tell people is take some masking tape, put it down on the floor so it's the size of what you're looking at doing. Put stuff in it, boxes or whatever, to replicate what a counter is going to be, where the bathroom is going to be, where a bench is going to be, and try it out that way. It's not the best, but it's better than nothing. Number 2, try to future-proof your vehicle. What do I mean by that? Number of times people spend a ton of money to get a vehicle built or build one themselves, and they forget about small things that they may want in the future. One thing, an air conditioner. Now, if you think that you're going to want an air conditioner, or if you know you're going to need an air conditioner when you can afford it, it's a lot easier before you get your walls put on to run the cords up to that area ahead of time. Likewise, insulation. Oh, I can't afford insulation right now, so I'll build my walls and then I'll put the insulation in later. Doesn't work that way. It's not easy to do. You have to rip the whole van apart. It's not a wise thing to do. A big one, and this one I've actually dealt with in 2 of the RVs that I bought, and that is they put a beautiful roof vent in. It was amazing. Problem was there wasn't a fan to it. When I bought both of them, I wanted to put a fan in, and on both of them, it wasn't possible without majorly ripping things apart. And in one of them, it was they actually recommended don't try to put it in there because you'll do more damage than you'll ever get covered over. So just don't try it. So if you're thinking, if you've got just a plain vent now and you're going to want a fan later, run the cord up there so it's already up there. If you want to, in the future, put in an inverter or you want shore power, put plugs in now so that the wires are already run, the plugs are already there. Run the wires to a certain place and leave it. Same with plumbing. If you're going to want to put in a shower and you built the cabinet and everything, get the plumbing run as well before you do that. Now, another way you can do it, and it works well, is run a track so that you can put stuff inside of it. I used to work for a big company. They built all these different units. And in every single unit, they put PVC piping in the floor going from one office to the other office. So that way in the future, if somebody wanted to put a computer in office 2 and they wanted it to be networked to office 1, there was actually PVC piping and you could just drop it in the pipe, drag it over, and you were done. If you want to do it that way, great, but think ahead of time. And the final one, and this is the big one, and this one I see so often and it scares the heck out of me. build your van, ambulance, bus, trailer, whatever, thinking about safety and mainly fire. First of all, put in a smoke detector, a carbon monoxide detector. Put in a propane detector if you're using propane. Get an extinguisher. But even more important, and this is one I see in, well, probably 99% of the vehicles out there, have a way to exit your vehicle from the van. If you look at these big commercial builders that build these big motorhomes, trailers and stuff, and they've been doing it for years, you'll notice that they have egress points from the bedroom. It's either a roof vent that's big enough for you to climb out, or it is exit windows that you can actually throw a switch, or well, not a switch, but a lever on it, and it'll push out and you can climb out. In many vans, ambulances, buses, or whatever, we're not even thinking about that. Well, we're invincible. We'll just put the bed there and stuff. In my van, as an example, where I'm sitting right now, I'm on the bed. Just in front of me is a 12-volt fridge. Just in front of that is my gas heater. If anything happens at night to one of those and they start a fire, my only way of getting out, if I didn't think about it ahead of time, is the side door or the two front doors. But I'd have to go through the fire to get out. Fortunately, because I've been involved in this for quite a while, I knew that I wanted a way to get out of the back of my van. When I bought the Transit, it actually came with a way. And on the door, this door over here to be exact, there is a little switch that you can push, and it will pop the door from the inside. Now, for me to get to it, all I have to do is move the screen, push the switch, and I'm out. It'll take me maybe 10 seconds. But in many vans, you can't do that. Or people cover it up by putting wood over top of it. Or they cover it up by putting a cupboard there. Or they put a fridge there. Think of how you're going to get out in case of emergency. And make sure you can actually get out. There's no sense having a roof hatch if you don't fit through that roof hatch. There's no sense having a roof hatch if it's up too high for you to climb out. There's no sense having an egress window if it's at the front of your vehicle. So think about these things in advance. It could save your life and it could save the life of some other people. If you're buying a van, a bus, an RV or anything, check to make sure you have a way of getting out. Because I always tell people, in a case of emergency, it's not if it happens, but you always have to consider when it happens. So I hope those 3 ideas gave you something to think about. I hope they help you with your build and with your life. Get out there, enjoy the great outdoors, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye now.